All right, so July 2021, question number 4A says on the diagram below, the diagram below shows two lines, L1 and L2. The equation of line 1 is 2x of L1. The line L1 is x plus 2y is equal to 10. And line 2 passes through the point 0 minus 5, that would be the y-intercept, and is perpendicular to line 1. Express the equation of line 1 in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So the equation of line 1 is x plus 2y is equal to 10. So we're going to have what? 2y would be equal to minus x plus 10. Then I'm going to divide the entire equation by 2. And when I do that, I'm going to end up with y is equal to minus a half x. So dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by a half plus 5. So y is equal to minus a half x is equation L1 expressed in the form y is equal to mx plus c. I says state the gradient of L1. Well, once in the form y is equal to mx plus c, the number in front of x would be m, and m is the gradient. So the gradient here, m, is minus a half. So the gradient of L1 is minus a half. Next, we're asked to determine the equation of line 2. Well, that's not hard. The equation of a straight line is of the form y is equal to mx plus c. Now, for line 2, m is equal to positive 2. All right. Remember, the gradient for line 1 was equal to minus a half. And line 1 and line 2 are perpendicular to each other. So if two lines are perpendicular to each other, and you know the gradient of one, to find the gradient of the other, you just simply invert it and change its sign. So the gradient of L1 is minus a half. So the gradient of L2, because it's perpendicular to L1, you're going to invert the gradient of L1. If I invert 1 over 2, it's going to become 2 over 1, which is 2. And if I change the sign from negative, it's going to become positive. Now, C, which is the y-intercept, is the point 0 minus 5. So two things are needed to define, a straight line. You need to know the gradient and you know the y-intercept. Once I know the gradient and the y-intercept, I know the equation of the line. So the equation of this line is y is equal to the gradient, which is positive 2x plus c, which is the y-intercept, which is minus 5. So plus minus 5. So my answer is y is equal to 2x minus 5 is the equation of line 2. All right, let's see what's coming next. All right, D is functions, relations, and function. We're told that f of x is equal to 1/3 x plus 4. We're to determine the value of f of 9. Well, if I know f of x is equal to 1/3 x plus 4, and I'm asked to find f of 9, wherever I see x, I'm going to put 9. So that's a third times 9 plus 4. 1/3 of 9 is 3. and 3 plus 4 is 7. F of 9 is 7. Then we're asked to calculate the value of f of g of minus 3. So first of all, g of x is equal to 3x over x plus 1. Now, if someone asks me to find f of g of minus 3, the first thing I would do is find g of minus 3. So g of minus 3 in g, wherever I see x, I'm going to put minus 3. So that's 3 times minus 3 over minus 3 plus 1. So what I have here is minus 9 at the top, and by the bottom I have minus 2. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, so it's 9 over 2. Or if you want, you could say 4.5 or 4.5. Now, that means that this means that f of g of minus 3 is the same as saying f of 9 over 2. So to find f of g of minus 3, all I have to do is find f of 9 over 2. Now, so this is equal to, in f, whereby I see x, I'm going to take out x and put 9 over 2. So it's 1/3 times 9 over 2 plus 4 over 1. 3 into this is 1, 3 into this is 3. So we have 3 over 2, which is 1.5 plus 4. The answer here is 5 and, sorry, I said a half and I wrote a quarter. 1.5 plus 4. The answer is 5.5. F of g of minus 3 is 5.5. We're to determine the value of x for which g of x is equal to 5 over 2. Determine the value of x for which g of x is equal to 5 over 2. So we have g of x is equal to 5 over 2. G of x is 3x over x plus 1 is equal to 5 over 2. Now, let's get rid of the fractions. If I have one fraction is equal to one fraction, one way to get rid of the fractions is to cross multiply. So let's go 5. This is 5 times x plus 1 is equal to 2 times 3x, which is 6x. Remove the brackets by applying distributive law. This is 5x plus 5 times 1 is 5 is equal to 6x. Let's solve this equation. Therefore, 5 is equal to 6x minus 5x plus the 5x on the left goes over to the right, become negative. So 6x minus 5x is x. And over to the right, over to the left, we would have what? 5. So the value of x for which g of x is equal to 5 over 2 is x is equal to 5.